So we've known each other a really long time now.
A long time. It's kind of scary. Yeah.
It is kind of scary. And we've known each other in different ways. And so it's been interesting to kind of think about how similar our kind of life courses have been, even though we had no idea that we'd kind of end up here together doing this thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, little did I know that, when I got into this whole police and family thing, that my experiences was not unique to me. Right?
Yeah.
And so last year when we sat down after like a full day of planning, PSP families, what we're going to do. We've always talked about this sort of stuff as academics, as researchers.
Yeah.
It was so lovely that night to be able to just consciously park that and then start speaking as family members.
Yeah, I think it took me by surprise how doing the work to develop PSPnet families would show me my own kind of life. And exactly what you said, like, it's not a unique experience to me, although I certainly experienced it uniquely and by myself in a lot of ways. So living away from my family, like it was me kind of holding down the fort when the kids were coming up through, managing, not as a police family, but as a fire family, and trying to figure out all those things and all those different life stages and life courses, and to see how similar these kinds of struggles are, these challenges facing all families of first responders actually are, was really interesting. Like, it really resonated for me.
I mean, the work that we've been doing resonated with me, but it wasn't until the moment where we took off our hats as researchers and sat down as friends and just like really just sleep. These are the struggles of sleep in my house.
And sleep during COVID.
Sleep during COVID.
Something else.
Yes, right? Or sleep during, an injury. So my partner had a hip injury and then a head injury where everything was quiet. But at the time, we had little teeny tiny ones. How do you explain that to a 2-year-old, right? And realizing that that's not an experience it's uniquely mine, but it's not unique.
Yeah.
So it was a really great experience to be able to take off, the researcher hat, sit down with you and go, how are you coping? Because I'm not.
Well, and to be able to point out some of the things that we found was like for spouses, for families, that to name and frame that these are real challenges, these are real difficulties, and it's not that, it's a mixed experience to come through this. And there's certainly things that are, by virtue of association with being on the job in these families, some of these things come together in ways that you couldn't have predicted, you didn't know, you definitely didn't think like, I'm signing up for that. Because your family changes, you change, your spouse changes, it all changes, all in motion all the time. So it's been really, I think, helpful to kind of see just how complex that is and how it's bigger than us.
It would have been nice to have some sort of heads up. Right? Because you're saying that you were on your own, away from family, and you just did it because what was the alternative? Right?
You did it because you had to. But there was no kind of guidebook. There was no way to understand, what does it mean to be on the job? What do I need to get my head around? What kinds of skills do I need that I didn't know I needed yet? And how to do that. So we had to do that in real time. But being able to kind of pay forward for others and say, well, there are actually supports and here they are. So, I think it's been a real privilege to be part of making PSPnet families, because now it is a resource that we're hoping families can use.
You and I do work because we, believe in the cause. We are passionate about the work that we do. But I think for me, this is definitely, there's like a personal stake to it. And I kind of, share that with people that, this work that I'm a part of, like, I wish I knew before and I'm learning from it. And so, just selfishly, like I'm benefiting